How to become attractive in order to get back with your ex. This is what we're gonna cover today in this video. I'm gonna talk to you about FTX, Costco, Hermes, scarcity effect, halo effect, so many things for you to learn and for you to take the right action if you want to get back with your ex and you feel like you're not attractive anymore. Yield everything after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So first of all, love is a market, and right after a breakup we feel like there's a crash. We feel that our value is decreasing. Love is a market because it's really about supply and demand. The way we value ourselves is in comparisons to others, is depending on how much popularity we have. You know, sometimes in high school people have a really hard time because they don't feel that they're popular. And nowadays, what you have to understand is the love market is extremely liquid. Back in the days, 2 or 3 generations, you would get married with your next door neighbors. It's very schematic, but if you look at different studies on this, it's very accurate. It's actually interesting. The radius of the people you would marry in the 60s was about like 2 or 3 miles, a few kilometers. Right now it's like 10 times bigger because we meet people. It's very easy to swipe left and right. The problem with that is that it makes you more confused. You're more confused because there is this element of social comparison. When we look at people on social media and we feel like, I'm not good looking, I don't have the 6-pack, I have an awful mustache, I have a big nose, I have an awful accent, and we tend to compare ourselves. And now with our smartphones, it's so easy to access and compare to so many people, right? There's also the paradox of choice. When you're on a dating app, you have an abundance of choices. But when we have too many options, our brain is actually struggling to make a decision and will be overwhelmed and won't necessarily take a decision, so we'll basically do nothing or we'll take the wrong decision. So how you feel right now, if you don't feel attractive, is because you feel your value dropped. It's kind of a short position if you were to trade yourself. But who decides of your value? You think your value dropped because your ex rejected you. But in the grand scheme of things, of course this person was important, probably the most important person in your life. But is that the right person today to define how you feel about yourself, to define your value? The thing is, we always do this, and it's a very dangerous thing to do, is that we overvalue the opinion of our ex. Because we are the victim of what I call an emotional halo effect, when we think that their decision explains that I am this or that I'm no good for a relationship. It's only their decision, right? So really thinking about that first before doing anything, because I think attractivity, the way you feel about yourself, is extremely subjective, and I can guarantee you that you're giving yourself a harder time than it needs. So what determines value? Again, I'm going to look at market and marketing. It's a very interesting slide. Costco versus Hermes. Hermes is a French luxury brand. Costco, you're probably aware of this brand. You buy, things in big packs in big quantity. It's very cheap. It's very accessible. Even the logo is awful. Hermes is a luxury brand. So of course you're going to say, yes, the value is because the price of an item at Hermes is extremely expensive, whereas at Costco, it's low. It's very cheap. What you have to understand is Hermes, even though it's a luxury brand, it's very expensive. The consumers, the clients of Hermes, they don't have any problem with money. They don't really look at the label of the price tags. What they fight is about the exclusivity. And you have bags, so I think it's the Kelly bag, where you have to wait up to 10 years, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's up to 10 years. The handbag is like $20,000, $20,000 or something like that. But you have to be on a list. I think you also have to be referred by someone. It's basically you have to fight to get a bag. You have to fight to be able to purchase the bag. And I think for Ferrari as well now, if you want to buy a brand new Ferrari, you need to have owned a Ferrari, and also the dealership will be able to select you. So it's almost like you're taking an interview. So the value, yes, there's a price tag, but there's also the exclusivity, whether this product is available or not. And the problem you're doing right now, because you're acting based on how you feel, and I'm not criticizing this because it's normal to go through that phase, but you're depressed, but what you should be doing is to be positive. You're isolated, but what you should be doing should be social, right? You're available, you're always answering your ex's phone, text, but you need to appear busy. You're inactive, you stay at home, you watch my videos and eat ice cream. Be proactive, do things, discover the world, right? Come on. You're blaming yourself. I should have done this. I'm too fat. I'm too lazy. Move forward. Do something about it. And of course, it's very easy for me to say this, and there's an element of, emotion, the mental health, anything about the well-being in terms of how you see things. But you need to, one way to address that, and I use that with my clients, is that get your revenge. Don't let that person define who you are, define your value, and show them that they were wrong. Show them that you were the prize, and they are just missing out on it. Your value didn't change. The person you were one day before the breakup and the person you were one day after the breakup is exactly the same person. And if they misjudged, and if they are thinking, you'll never change, you will never do that, and so on and so forth, prove them wrong. Get that revenge. Don't force it. Be mysterious, and I'll explain you why you have to be mysterious and be vague about what you're up to. Because of the scarcity effect. It's a very powerful cognitive bias, so it's something that we all share, hardwired in our brain. We tend to value things that are rare and exclusive. Because a piece of whatever you want to buy, there's only one left, you're going to have you're going to put a lot of value, even though it's the same thing. That's why, for instance, sometimes some companies, they would organize their launch in a way that it's sold out very quickly. So people are fighting to get their hand on that product. So I think Apple they are really good at that as well. So being around is doing the opposite. I'm there, I'm around, you text me, I answer, you want to meet for a date? Oh yeah, I'm sure, I have no plans this Saturday. No, go no contact. Ghost them for a bit. They deserve it. You need it. And that would make them realize they could lose you. They would make them realize I completely misjudged the situation. I feel like I'm losing something. And that's attractive. That's attractive because we tend to value things we can't have. We tend to also value if you had a strong relationship with your partner, even though they decided to end the relationship and they have a strong opinion about you. With time, not knowing what you're up to, they're going to start building that impression, start nurturing some form of nostalgia, thinking about the old times, the memories that you shared together. And you not being around will make them really anxious. The same way you're anxious, the same way you felt really anxious after the breakup. There's just a lag between how you feel and how they feel. After a bit of no contact, your ex will feel anxious, but not seeing you around, but not hearing from you. Wondering whether you're dating someone, i.e., actually the value of that person, that popularity, the price of that person is way higher than I thought. And I'm missing a big opportunity to be happy. And so if you do the right things, and you trigger the right points, and you have the right attitude, your ex will be running back to you. If you have any questions and want to know or have some sort of support on a daily basis, or if you just want to ask me anything, have a look in the description. You have a few links to get in touch with me. Come on, I'm gonna be attractive like a Kelly bag. See you next time. Bye.
For a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer.